All right, guys, so today we're going to be looking at something called repeated addition. So now look at the word repeated addition. I see repeat, which means to do something over and over again. I also see the word add. Add tells me that we're putting something together. So repeated addition is when we add the same number over and over and over again. Now, repeated addition is super duper uber helpful as a mathematician because sometimes it makes things quicker for us. Because you guys have been skip counting by certain numbers since you were in probably like kindergarten or first grade, like the twos, the fives, and the tens. So when we have numbers that we can add over and over again, it helps us add them a little bit quicker. So let's do some examples to see if we can practice using repeated addition. All right, so let's look at this problem. It says Miss Tinsley bought candy to give out for trunk or treat at her church. She has 8 bags to fill with candy. She puts 10 pieces of candy in each bag. How many pieces did she use in all? Now, in all is a key word. It tells us that we need to put something together or add them up. So I like to draw pictures to help me out. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to draw those 10 bags of those 10 bags. Count with me if you please. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I'm going to put my 10th bag down here because I don't have any room. So I have my 10 bags, right? Because it says Miss Tinsley had 8 bags to fill with candy, but that's okay because you know what? Erasers come in handy. So what did I get my 10 mixed up with? The number of pieces of candy. So I'm going to take one away, and then I'm going to take another one away. Now let's just make sure, because as we know, Miss Tinsley makes some mistakes. Let's make sure that we actually have 8 bags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bags. And it says 8 bags to fill with candy. Now, I need to put how many pieces in each of those bags? 10. All right, I'm going to put 10 in each bag. 1, 2, 3. Almost there. Whew, that was tiring. Okay, we've got 8 bags with 10 pieces of candy in them. How many pieces are there in all? Now, we already said that in all tells us to do what? Say it loud. Add. Nice job. So I know that I have 10 pieces here. I'm going to add it to the 10 pieces here. Plus 10 more pieces. Plus 10 more pieces. And another bag. And another bag. And another bag. And another bag. Now, the cool thing about repeated addition is that I know I have 10 in each bag. Now, I bet that you guys can help me count by tens to figure out how many I have. Let's count. Please count out loud with me. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Now I'm not done yet. What do I have 80 of? Do I have 80 bags or 80 pieces of candy? I have 80 pieces of candy. Now, sometimes repeated addition comes in handy when we're working on word problems, but sometimes we only have pictures. So let's see if we can work on some repeated addition here with pictures. Now, I have 3 pumpkins here, 3 pumpkins here, 3 pumpkins here, and 3 pumpkins over there that have not yet been carved. So looking at my groups, I know that I have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups. How many are in each group? Did you say 3? I hope you said 3. We've got 3 pumpkins here, 3 pumpkins here, 3 pumpkins here, and 3 pumpkins here. So I'm going to figure out how many I have in all. I'm going to give you a second to see if you can figure that out. So if you used a number line, awesome. If you use your fingers to count up, awesome. If you just counted the pumpkins, awesome. I've been skip counting by 3s for a while now, so I'm going to skip count by 3s. 3, 6, 9, 12 pumpkins. Now, I want to pause here for a second because I just said 2 very, very important words. One of those words was groups, and the other was group sizes. So I have my groups and I have my group sizes. Looking at this picture, how many groups did we say we had? Well, let's count them again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 groups. Well, what are the size of each of my group? So how many does each group have? This one has 3. This one has 3. This one has 3. And that one has 3. So my group size is 3. Well, what happens is we take our repeated addition and we turn it into what we call a multiplication sentence. So 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 becomes 4 times 3. And we already know that that equals 12. You guys just did multiplication. Holy macaroni. All right, let's try one more. Oh, here we go. All right, so remember, we're looking at groups times group size. Equals, here's another fancy word for you, product. Product is a fancy way of saying, what's the answer to your multiplication sentence? Just like when we add things together, it's called a sum. Well, when we multiply things, it's called a product. So how many groups do I have? 4. And what's the size of each of those groups? 4. Nice job. Now see if you can count that and figure out how much it is. What is our product? All right, I'm going to reveal the answer in 3. If you're not ready, pause the video. 2, 1, last chance to pause the video. 0, the answer is, drum roll please, 16. All right. So now that you guys know a little bit more about repeated addition and multiplication, it's time for you to go out and try it for yourself. Have fun and good luck, mathematicians.